Good evening. I am Illamathi of grade 8, and today I'm going to take you all with me on a journey through the darker side of the clothes you wear. Now think for a moment. How many clothes do you have in your wardrobe? And how many lie neglected in the corner of your closet? I'm guessing the ratio stands to be around 2 to 1. So to prove this, I went ahead and dug around in my own closet, and I was shocked when the numbers passed 100. However, funnily enough, I couldn't help but utter these ironic words, I have nothing to wear. How many of you have been faced with this exact situation before? A lot, I'm guessing. The truth is, each and every one of us sitting here are wasteful when it comes to clothes. Think, oh, these jeans have been faded after being put into the wash, so let me just throw them out. Or, hey, I've already worn this dress twice on an outing with my friends, so I will never wear it again. Don't be surprised, because these are the sorts of decisions that we make on a regular basis. The average person buys around 68 articles of clothing in a year and throws away nearly 37 kilograms of clothing in the same. Over 1 million tons of household clothing goes to waste each year, not to mention the 92 million tons of waste generated by the textile industry. Out of the 100 billion new clothing garments produced each year, over 87% makes its way to the landfills, accounting for over 7% of the total globe's waste. I know these numbers might sound mind-boggling and definitely hard to keep track of. So let me make up for that with a human-sized comparison. Over the years, the red-rocked Chilean desert has become a dumping ground for the world's used and faulty clothes. As a result, these clothes have formed a pile big enough to be fairly visible from space. And if that doesn't reach you, then think of it this way. The exact shirt that you are wearing right now costs this earth 2,700 liters of water, enough to last a person 3 years of drinking water. 3 years. If we add up all the water used for all the garments on earth, that would be enough to sustain our planet for generations to come. However, this isn't stopping us from going on hour-long shopping sprees, browsing each store meticulously. We mindlessly drop clothing garments into our shopping carts without being aware of the sheer amount of clothes we already have back at home. Though this isn't even the major problem here. The fact is, over 88% of the clothes offered by stores comes under the category of fast fashion. Fast fashion describes the low-priced but stylish clothing making its way from design to retail in order to meet trends. Needless to say, clothing stores find this the most efficient way to make profit and have no choice but to fall into the clutches of fast fashion. And the current generation immerses itself in this trend without considering its consequences. You see, the ugly truth of fast fashion is, it is purposefully designed to last for short spans of time. Most of the clothes in your wardrobe aren't meant to stay there for long, but rather to be chucked into the nearest landfill. As the name suggests, fast fashion makes its way from the store to your home to the dump at a frighteningly rapid pace. If companies sell their clothes to last for short spans of time, consumers will keep coming to buy more and more clothes to replace their old and worn-out garments. Not only that, the fact that these clothes are cheap makes it easier for the customers to own and wear a large assortment of clothes at a time without needing to spend much. Now, needless to say, the economy finds this the most efficient way to make profit, and it only reaps in benefits. However, regardless of this, it only takes a toll on our environment. On that note, regardless, the effects that are taken on the environment are quite harmful. And as this process continues, there arises yet another question. How can there be a seemingly infinite supply of clothes and materials to circulate around these stores? Well, that can be answered through two factors. Firstly, a huge portion of the fabric used to make these clothes is substituted with cheap replacements like rayon and nylon instead of good quality cotton and wool. The second factor is the unfair labor practices of the fast fashion industry. They usually resort to extorting labor from the poor for low wages, and sometimes even child labor. Zara, H&M, Forever 21, and Uniqlo are just a very few of the top brands that indulge in this freaky fast fashion trend. It goes without saying that the current world of fast fashion is running at a skyrocketing pace that won't be slowing down anytime soon. Unless, of course, we take the necessary precautions. Firstly, try shopping local, and don't be afraid to wear secondhand clothing. Make wise investments in timeless pieces, and rent your wardrobes. Be responsible and ethical by viewing all your options for sustainable materials. Now, before I conclude this speech, I would like to tell you something. Don't be too conscious of what you're wearing, and don't be spending too much of your time contemplating your outfit, because others will be more invested in looking at what they're wearing. So, I hope that you all have what it takes to make the right decisions to prevent our home from turning into the next Chilean desert. Thank you.